Okay. All right. So do you mind giving me a little bit of an introduction about yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name is Jeff Chen, and I am 69 years old. I'm from Taiwan originally, and I live in the United States for since 1979. So it's like 43 years now.
We're going to start off with kind of like a immigration related question. So you said you came from Taiwan. Since the day that you arrived in America and now, what changes have you noticed within the Asian American community here?
Well, originally I went to Texas, Arlington, Texas. There's not many Asian there, except probably my in the same class. So mostly are like American people, native there to study in the college there. And then nowadays, since we moved to Kenya, there are so many Asian people here now. So I almost like live in an Asian country. Well, if we went to the supermarket, we see a lot of Asian people there. That's the most difference I noticed.
And you said that when you first went to college in Arlington, there wasn't a lot of Asian people there. So coming from Taiwan, how was that transition for you?
It's very like comparing to from Taiwan, right? I live in Taiwan. It's like it's what do you say? Feel very different. It's culture wise, and then living space or living standard is totally different. It's hard to get to a place without a car. So I live with a roommate at that time. So we need to have a car. One of roommate actually have a car, bought a used car. So like weekend, we went out for shopping and we buy a lot of grocery and come back. In Asian, we don't do that, right? We usually just go out each day to buy grocery. So that's the most different that I notice.
So since the rise in anti-Asian hate crimes in 2020, have you changed or modified your lifestyle habits in any ways? Like, is there anything that you do now or something that you don't do now that you would have done pre-2020?
Right. So now, yeah, because of that anti-Asian news, we kind of not going out as much or going to the place that it's have those kind of news. We go out less now to those areas.
Since you live in the Bay Area, California, how has all the hate crimes against elderly people in San Francisco, how has that impacted you?
So we first saw those videos, we are very scared, right? It's shock. We cannot understand that why people would treat the other people like that way. So very shocking.
Have you ever faced any situations of what you would describe as racism?
Not really, not in that kind of dramatic situation, but maybe sometimes just like a verbal hardship.
And when you got those, I'm just going to say like verbal attacks, how would you react to them? And would you react differently today?
So mostly just ignore them. If they don't, continue attack, then just go away or ignore them, right? But if they do continue, then just go away. Not just ignore them, just go away and try to avoid the situation.
So how do we think we can stop these people from thinking that, verbally attacking or physically attacking Asians is okay?
So maybe just try to use media or news. That people know that is not the right way to treat other people. I don't know if they just specifically against Asian or they just don't like other people. But we do need to let them know that that's not the right way to treat people.
So what do you think people can do at the government level to prevent these things from happening?
Yeah, so they need to have some kind of law or regulation, and put more penalty or something that to let people know that that's not the right way to treat other people.
What was your reaction to the March 16th shootings about a year ago in Atlanta that killed 6 Asian American women?
Yeah, that's totally not the right. I mean, they should punish those people that doing those things.
Do you have an initial reaction? Like, how did you feel when you first learned about this?
It's really shocking and very sad that people would be killed that way. Yeah.
So to prevent these things from happening, do you think that starts with like educating people, somehow implementing measures to teach people about why Asian American racism is not okay? Or do you think that can be more easily achieved by implementing stricter gun control laws to make sure that these people don't have the resources to carry out with their plans?
Yeah, I totally agree with gun control, because with more those kind of weapon outside, it's more easy for those things to happen. But I know it's difficult to do gun control in this country, so maybe we need to have some kind of law that make this not happening again.
After that incident, I think a lot of people had different reactions. So to the people that are not part of the Asian American community, what would you want them to know about the hate crimes and the rise of them in 2020?
Well, so we need to let them know that this thing is real. It's not just on the news. It's really happening on the society. So, we need their support, to spread this kind of information.
That's it. So do you have any last words for this interview?
Yeah, so we Asians need to unite together and have more people knows that this thing happened in this world, and we need their support. It's not just Asian; it's all the people need to live together peacefully, nicely. Hope it's society from now on. That's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Megan.